Regret is not a beautiful emotion, and you have now to change every thought pattern and live your life intentionally the way you want it to be. I remember asking other people what they feel they missed out or what they would have done better if they were to be back 20 years. I ask this question all the time because I don't want to see myself in my later years wishing. On today's video, we are going to look into the lesson women learn so late in life. My name is Ife Likano. On this channel, we talk about self-improvement. If you are new to this channel, you can go ahead to subscribe, like this video. And please get into the comment section to tell me some of the life lessons you wish you had implemented in your life or you wish you had done earlier before now. I promise you, I'm going to go into those comments and put a heart in each and every one of them. The first one I'm going to talk about is you can fall in love at any age in your life. Love is not meant only in your 20s and 30s. You find love in your 40s, 50s, as long as you believe it is possible. I know those things they want to preach to you about your wrinkles, about your aging, about your menopause, all of those situations. You're stuck into a place not believing that it is possible. You don't even understand the power of that belief, because that belief is what is going to work to make that possible. Love is ageless. That's why it's love. So you should be open to receive love at any point in your life. Not just romantic love here. I'm talking about love of anything you want at all, whatsoever. So I want you to ignite with your inner self and believe on something deeper inside of you, and something bigger than you would bring it and draw it closer to you, and you see it in your amazement. Lesson number 2. Societal definition of physical beauty is false. There was a time skinny becomes a trend in the society. Everyone wants to break down to size 0. Some people do anything possible. Some don't even eat, they starve to get to that societal definition of what beauty looks like at that point. Then over time, it shifted. They started looking for bulky women with bigger breasts, bigger butts, flatter tummy. Then the beauty idea shifted to other side because media is powerful. Media has a way of projecting things, marketing ideologies and beauties for what they want it to be at the moment, and that became. Now, media seems to be going back again to that skinny size to be beautiful. So this is crazy, and you don't want to run yourself in this craziness. After they had finished telling you what beauty is about, they go ahead to tell you that beauty is what keeps a man in a relationship. Hey, hell, we all know that when it comes to relationship, there is more. There is more. The chemistry, the energy, the vibes. If beauty actually is what solves relationship issues, I think Hollywood is not going to have one single relationship problem because everyone seems to look perfect the way they want physically. When you are in an intimate relationship, you start seeing beauty from a different angle. When you start seeing people who can communicate better with you, who can listen to you, who can be so involved in your issues, who have their core values and their interests are being linked and linked to you. The beauty that doesn't age, the beauty of a good heart, the beauty of a mind, the beauty of the soul. Focus on this aspect of beauty and find out that your need of physical beauty will wither away. It will be so thin. It will be so insignificant. You understand? Number 3 lesson is that there's nothing so beautiful in getting used to pain, conditioning yourself to accept pain. Painful relationship, painful family settings, painful careers, pains. My idea for pain is an indication that something is not right, that needs to be fixed. So you need to understand yourself well enough to know when pain is a signal for you to move, shift, or redirect something. You need to use your intuition to do these things. Staying so long in a bad place or in a painful situation is not healthy, and it is stealing your life experiences away from you. You are staying in a painful place, is teaching yourself how to absorb and take pain. The mind is so powerful. The mind has a way of accepting anything you put into it. So if you train your mind to accept that pain is okay, it will accept it. So part of the lesson people learn late in life is they should have walked away from a place they stayed so long into. And sometimes they should have stayed longer in a place they walked away from. Patience. You know that? Getting the balance has a lot to do with your inner self, inner guidance. So if you don't have self-mastery, if you are not connected to your soul, to who you are on the inside, chances are you might disconnect from knowing when to walk away, when to be patient, and how to balance things up. So you keep this lesson that pain is usually an indication, and then you link your intuition to know exactly where life is directing you to. Lesson number 4 is for you to learn that fixing yourself is your inner job. You do not have any man to come fix you. No money gonna fix you. Nothing fixes you but you. You sit yourself down and start asking the right questions. How to get better, how to improve, how to implement. It is your job. So you don't sit waiting for someone to wake up one day, do things right, so you're going to be happy because they have finally seen it right or done it right. Now things are okay. No. You teach them how to treat you. You start by fixing yourself. And when you get it done, they're going to respond to the energy that you bring. It is natural and effortless. Number 5 lesson is, his money is good, but my money is better. The idea of you being a woman of money, a woman who seeks for diverse ways to make money, how to bring money home, the money bag woman, it's not an evil thing, and it's not you exhibiting masculine character. No. No matter how much money he has, that you need your own money. No matter the kind of man you marry, there comes a time when you may need to have something that you don't need to share with no one, and it has to do with money. You simply send that money. There are some times I may wish to send money to my mother. I don't necessarily need to start telling my husband about that. I go back to my pocket, take that money, use it. Another lesson we seem to learn late in life is that sex is not love. Yes. Sex and love has completely different languages. No matter how we try to bring them together, both can't be. This is on the physical aspect and this on a deeper aspect. So you get to know that you don't want to give people sex to keep them. No. Sex is a mutual experience that comes to people who fall in love with each other. And when this happens on this base, experience of it goes to deeper, different direction and different experience entirely. So when they love you for who you are, even when you are not capable of giving your physical body out. But someone is capable of making love to your soul, of understanding you from a deeper, different level. Another lesson is that lack of communication is a big, strong sign of not being interested. Now, this has nothing to do with when you are trying to date someone. This has a lot to do with people who are already in a relationship. Some relationship has died completely from their communication aspect. People don't even communicate. They don't even share nothing. They are just there, like see each other, that's it. But that lack of communication is a lot. Now, communication is not just the physical aspect, because people always communicate. The question is, are we listening? Are we seeing it? When people stop talking to you, they are still communicating. You understand? It is just a non-verbal communication that you need to get. So when they are not interested, or when something is off, maybe they have found someone new, or things doesn't align the way they thought it is, they are communicating and they stop communicating to you. It says a lot. So if you try to understand that when people love people, they communicate to them naturally. No matter how it is, even an introvert who doesn't really know how to always say I love you has his or her own way of saying I love you. And you that is being loved knows that you are loved even without them saying I love you. And as an adult, when you are loved, you simply know that you are loved. So when they don't communicate to things they love, it's a strong sign that they are not interested, and you get it. Get it for what it is. So either you reciprocate to that feeling they have, or you ask them why, and if something they say didn't gel, then you know what to do. The answer is always there, right inside our soul. I think the one major problem we have is, even when we know the answer, are we brave and strong enough to take the consequences of that answer? This happens to be one of the greatest challenges. Another lesson is that his love for you depends on how much you love yourself. We need to be very loud with this statement. Like, we need a big, massive microphone to say to the whole world. Every single day, every hour, from what you do, say, and act, you teach people and tell them, this is who I am, and this is how I deserve to be treated. You say this in multiple ways. By the things you accept, by the things you say, by the things you don't say. We always train people on how to love us. And if he's going to love you massively, it depends on how much you love yourself. Imagine when someone is loving you and you keep thinking that you are not enough, you are inadequate, that you don't deserve it, or you are not worthy. No matter what they do, you keep questioning, asking, is this me? Should this be me? Are you sure? And all of that. It is a big turn off. And over time, that person is going to get tired and rechannel his energy. So, set yourself free. Another lesson is that being single is not a cause. And marriage does not cure loneliness. Now, we live in a society where everyone expects you to get married. If you are not lucky in love, or if you don't feel there's a need for you to marry, you should stay single. I think the most important thing in this life is to find peace and happiness with or without anyone, alone. Marriage does not cure loneliness. Bunch of married people are lonely. The kind of loneliness that shocks them. You know what I'm saying? You need to define the kind of quality you need in your relationship. Being single and being married solves nothing. It's about you. It's about who you are and how you define life, relationships, circumstances, and everything. Another lesson we learn is that no matter how hard you care, that some people just won't care back. Yeah? It's not that they just don't feel they should care back. And you know, the worst thing you can do in this life is ever trying to control people or show people that they should love you or care for you the same way you care for them. It is a choice. If they wish to see things the same way you see them, then you are lucky. So over time, we realize that even people we are good to are not good to us. Or people who we care so much or show so much love and attention and appreciation does not feel exact same for us. So we don't go fighting for this or trying to explain this situation to them or try to tell them that they should. No, we simply have to take what they give for what it is and know that somewhere along the line, we are going to find people that cares for us, appreciate us, and love us same way we want. You're waking up to see someone loving you, adoring you, saying that you deserve this, that you are worthy of this. One of the most beautiful kind of relationship anyone deserves to have. Another lesson is that no matter how we try to understand love, speak about it and everything, that eventually people would love you with their own understanding of what love is. We all understand love differently and we express love differently. But there are people who just don't know how to express love. It's not that it's their fault. It's simply maybe how they are raised or some environmental conditioning while growing up has made them not to know how to express things, love, feeling, anger, they don't. And this is why it is very important for you to choose who you be with. You have a time to choose that person from dating stages. I mean, I've had friends, multiple of friends who come to me to say that their husband is not romantic, their husband hardly say that they love them, or even when he offends them, he hardly say, I'm sorry. You know, they say these things, I'm like, all of these traits has always been there. You simply ignored it. That he doesn't know how to express things or he's not romantic. It's not something that you just discovered. You just don't want to believe it, or you thought somewhere along the line that they are going to change, and peradventure, Change is one of the hardest thing you can expect from anyone. You want them to just wake up one day and just change because of you? Because there are some people who really don't like people who are too romantic. So if you are the kind who doesn't like people who are so romantic, then that's it for you. It's a wrap. So he is not your type. So you have to choose kind of people that expresses the kind of love that bonds in your own selfhood. The ultimate love is within yourself. It's the self-love that you give yourself. It's the self-love that you have trained yourself over time, the unconditional self-love. Because no matter anything you have gone through in life, you have not run out of yourself. You are still with yourself. You have been giving yourself this unconditional kind of love. So at the end of all of this journey, life detour, life disappointment, everything you have experienced, it still boils down to one ultimate truth, and that is self-love. That is the only ultimate love that directs every other love. Why don't you go ahead and live life knowing that you have just one slot? If this topic and this channel and everything you have listened to today is one of the things that you like, why don't you go ahead and click on the subscription button, love these videos so that more people will be recommended to watch this video. Thank you. Bye-bye.